Signs you're operating at a higher frequency. There comes a point when noise no longer thrills you, when drama feels like poison, and the urge to explain yourself vanishes as if it were smoke in the wind. That's not mere detachment. It's ascension. When you're functioning at a higher frequency, the world won't applaud. Instead, it will try to pull you back, because calmness poses a threat to the chaotic, and silence intimidates the loud. But we don't revert to who we once were. That person has been buried. First sign. You no longer pursue the first sign. You no longer chase, not people, not specific outcomes, and not validation. You act with alignment, not desperation. You move with intent, not impulse. As Epictetus wrote, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. You've come to realize that control is an illusion, save for one thing, your own mind. Second sign. Peace in solitude, the second sign. You feel peace in solitude. When you're no longer afraid of your own company, you've attained the rarest state a person can reach, inner dominion. While the masses flee from stillness, we learn from it. Marcus Aurelius sat in his tent, surrounded by adversaries, yet the battle he cared about most raged within him, and he wrote, "Nowhere can man find quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." In silence, we have inherited that profound wisdom. Third sign. You respond. Rather than react, the third sign. You begin to respond instead of react. An insult? You observe it. A betrayal? You study it. You don't erupt in anger. You don't lash out. Because when they attempt to provoke you, you don't give them you. You give them your discipline. Remember what Seneca taught. No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself. We don't shy away from hardship. We embrace it because hardship sharpens the soul just as fire tempers steel. Fourth sign. Detachment from judgment. The fourth sign. You detach from judgment. When you start operating at a higher frequency, you stop labeling people, events, and even your past as inherently good or bad. You no longer expend energy questioning why they did what they did. You simply accept that they acted according to their own nature, and that your peace doesn't hinge on their behavior. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. And at a higher level, even reaction fades. Only observation remains. We, those who walk this quiet path, learn to view insult as weakness, betrayal as exposure, and chaos as the training ground for our soul. We don't retaliate. We recalibrate, because our focus isn't on them. It's on who we become amidst the storm. Fifth sign. Solitude over stimulation. Sign number 5. You value solitude over stimulation. When you begin to operate at a higher frequency, noise becomes unbearable. Not just physically loud places, but also loud people, loud opinions, loud egos. You no longer crave the chaos that others use to distract themselves from their own thoughts. You start to seek the company of your own mind, and more importantly, you begin to trust them. Seneca once wrote, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." And so we return to ourselves, not to escape the world, but to sharpen our awareness within it. Because while most are addicted to distraction, we have chosen attention. Not the kind the world bestows, but the kind we cultivate within ourselves. In silence. Seventh sign. Less reactive, more reflective. The seventh sign. You are less reactive and more reflective. As your frequency rises, your emotions no longer control you. You observe them. An insult no longer ignites rage. A setback no longer shatters your spirit. You feel the wave surge, but you don't let it crash onto others. This is what Epictetus meant when he said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." We don't aim to suppress our feelings. We train ourselves to witness them without becoming enslaved by them. Because true power isn't loud. It is quiet mastery over the self. When you stop reacting to everything, you start directing your energy toward becoming. And that's when you realize you've already left the noise behind. You walk alone, yet you never feel lonely. You've learned that your mission isn't meant to be grasped by the average mind. You're not here to conform. You're here to rise quietly, relentlessly, with purpose, until your presence becomes too powerful to ignore. And that is the paradox. The higher you ascend, the less you utter, because true frequency isn't heard. It's felt. If this topic resonated with you, subscribe to the Stoic Verse for more Stoic wisdom to guide your journey.